Hi, this is Alex here with another PCS Tech Bytes. This time we're going to be taking an in-depth look at Office 365, some of the different products that Microsoft provides with this service. So the first thing you need to know about Office 365 is how do you get there? What is it? So we're going to start on a student computer. If you're on a district machine, you would have a clever icon right here on your desktop. The easiest way to get to anything with Pinellas County Schools, whether that's Office or any instructional application, is going to be to go through Clever Single Sign-On. So if you're on a district device, you can click Login with Active Directory. This is what you would click on a local device or any other device. On a personal device, it'll ask you to log in. Since I'm on a district device, it just does it automatically for me, which is nice. But if you did get asked to log in, you would just log in with your student's R2D2 computer login, the regular PCSB login and password. So now that I'm here, I have to find what I'm looking for. And the subject of today's training, this video is going to be about Office 365. So I'm going to go down until I find the orange O for Office 365. So this will take me right into the app. You can also go directly there if you don't want to go for Clever for whatever reason. You can go directly to the Office 365 login by going to o365.pcsb.org. Be careful, maybe the first letter, it's the letter O, not a zero. o365.pcsb.org. And so here I'm in Office 365, and this is an entire productivity suite online. It's awesome. The district Pinellas County Schools pays for all of this, so it's free for students and families. In fact, if you're on your own personal device, please don't do this on school devices, but on your own, because you don't have to, because it's already installed. But on a personal device, you can even install Office for free if you're logged in as a PCSB student. So if you need access to Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, you can install those for free. Speaking of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, let's talk about some of the applications that come in as Office 365's suite. So I mentioned those three because a lot of people are already familiar with them. Microsoft Word is a word processing application. So if you need to write essays or if you need to take notes, you can go into Microsoft Word. So I'm just going to make a new blank document here. You can see that it does have some templates. You can even go see some even more templates if you want to. But I'm going to click on New Blank Document for Microsoft Word here, just to kind of demonstrate this. So a few important things to know about how Microsoft 365 and Office 365 Online work. So first of all, you'll notice I actually never opened the Word program. This is all inside of the Chrome web browser. So all of the work I'm doing right now, it's all online. It's all just on an online version of Word. So what are the pros and cons to that? Well, the benefit is everything you do is automatically saved. So you can see as I type up at the top here, it says document saving. If I were to close this and reopen it, if my computer were to explode, I could go onto a new computer, I could go onto my phone, log into my same account, and I would be exactly where I left off. The cursor would be there, the text would be there just as I left it. It saves it in real time, so you can't lose your essays anymore if you're doing your work in Office 365 online, which is super useful. Another big benefit of Office 365 Online is the ability to collaborate. So I'm actually going to, and I should have done this while I was talking, but I'm going to go ahead and invite one of my colleagues here and see if they can help me demonstrate this. So if you, my colleague will be logging in here in just a second to try and join me on this Word document. But what we're going to demonstrate here is that in Word or PowerPoint or Excel, you can have multiple people working at the same time in the same document. So think about group projects. I can say, Sarah's part goes here, and when Sarah's able to get in, she can do her portion of the project in the same document. And the old way of work, the way the people used to do things is they would make a Word document and then they would put it on a thumb drive or they would email it, and you'd have these emails going back and forth. In this case, I can actually see, that wasn't me typing this, you can see Sarah typing on the screen. Sarah types, Microsoft makes it so easy to work together. I can even see her cursor where her cursor is. So this makes collaborating super easy and it saves time and energy. Now, you may be asking, and you should be asking, well, hold on a second. If this saves all of my work, it saves it in real time, where does it save that file to? And that's a really important piece of understanding Office 365. I've showed you here how to make a Word document. I talked earlier about PowerPoint for presentations, Excel for spreadsheets, but all of those require creating a type of Office file. So one of the key components to this is OneDrive. OneDrive is the answer to the question, where does all my stuff get saved? So I'm going to go ahead and open up OneDrive to demonstrate this. In fact, let me actually go ahead and save this Word document here. I'm going to go ahead and just close it. I don't even have to save it. It's just called document.docx. Let me give it a better name. Let me call this example. Call it example. I'm going to close it. I didn't have to hit Control S. I didn't have to hit anything like that. It just saves automatically. And so now when I go into my files here, you can see all of my Office 365 files that are stored in my OneDrive. Now I keep everything that I care about in my OneDrive because, like I said, if my computer goes bad, I can just go to a new one and all my stuff will be there. So speaking of not losing my stuff, this example document right here that I just made, without saving, without doing anything, takes me right back to where I left off. So OneDrive is an incredibly powerful way to store documents, to share documents, to collaborate on documents and files so you don't lose them. So if you're ever going to write an essay or work on a presentation, I recommend you just do those straight from Office 365. So let me quickly kind of go through some of the interface pieces of this. One of the things that people should understand about this is it is file storage. So you've got folders and you've got files inside of those folders. So you can use that to help keep yourselves organized. A lot of times, students in particular, scholars, when they're first learning computers, and I used to teach computer skills classes, they don't really understand folders and where their things are being saved to. And so it's valuable to be intentional to think about where you save things or where something is before you open it so you can go find it later. So in OneDrive, you kind of have your top level. So this is just, if I click on My Files, that's just all my stuff, the very top. But then within that, I could create a new folder, say. Let's call this new folder School Projects. And so if I scroll down here, I should see under S, these are alphabetical, School Projects. Here's that new folder I just made. All right, so there's nothing in here. So I could put all of my school projects in this folder and I wouldn't lose them, which is great. So other things that you can do. Let's say I want to make a new PowerPoint in here. So I'm going to make a new PowerPoint. It opens up PowerPoint in a new tab. I'm going to call this Presentation. Again, it'll save automatically. So it says saved. I don't even have to click save. I can just close this right out. And look right here. In OneDrive, it's automatically in my folders, right? You said modified a few seconds ago, right? Everything is saved automatically, which is what's so great about this. But I have this is not just an individual project, this is a group project. So again, OneDrive is the tool that allows you to share and collaborate with others. So I'm going to actually share this presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and go to OneDrive. I'm going to click on this share icon right here. So there's a couple ways you can share this. I did this earlier where I can just type my friend's R2D2. So if you're collaborating with another partner, you can give their R2D2. In this case, it's a teacher, so I can just type their name. And I can say, thanks for sharing on this project. They will get an email with this note here. You have a couple of other settings here which are useful as well. So right now it's set to people I specify can edit. I might want to send a copy of a file to someone and just have them look at it without editing it. So I can uncheck this allow editing, which then when I click apply, when Sarah gets this email, she can click on it, but she can't mess with my information. So if I have something I don't want them to change, but I want them to be able to see, that's a useful way to do this. You can also just copy a link to allow Sarah to see this. So if I needed to post that in a Teams message or someplace else, I could use links to share files as well. Okay, so that's a little bit about OneDrive. I want to really quickly go over some of the other tools because there are so many cool tools in Office 365 that we just don't have time to go into deeply. You can get to your Office 365 PCSB email through Office 365. So your R2D2 email by going into Outlook. You also have OneNote. If you're the kind of person who loves organization, folders, 3-ring binders, OneNote, I love OneNote. It's where I keep all my personal files. It's a great tool for that. You have Teams here, so if you need to get to your school class meetings, you can do Teams straight from Office 365. Microsoft Sway is a super useful tool for making quick and easy presentations, kind of like PowerPoint, except you just put them on a website. So if you like making an easy, fun presentation, Sway is a great creative way to do that. That's it for this Office 365 PCS Tech Bite. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for all the latest from Pinellas County Schools.